Welcome back to our weekly exploration of the cryptoverse. I'm Corbin Fraser, and today we've got a big episode for you with a huge announcement here from Bitcoin.com. But first, we're going to start off by diving into the rapidly evolving political landscape in the US and its surprising impacts on the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency world. So with something like 50 million voters holding crypto at this moment, it's suddenly become apparent to politicians that their hostile stance on crypto regulation might actually cost them some votes. So Donald Trump, who holds about $10 million in crypto, according to Arkham Intelligence, was the first to see this opportunity. And he began courting the crypto community in early May with his dinner at Mar-a-Lago for holders of his mugshot NFT. And at that dinner, Trump made his first crypto positive statements in earnest, including a quote, "If you are in favor of crypto, you better vote for Trump." And then, of course, he also went on to attack Biden, saying, quote, "Biden doesn't even know what it is." So the public's positive reaction to the Mar-a-Lago gala seemed to cause Democrats to realize the importance of the crypto voter, which acted as a big dollop of grease on the political wheels. So first, we saw the SEC pull an absolute total 180 by approving the ETH ETFs. And this is something that literally no one saw coming. There was a lot of FUD that this wasn't happening. And then at the same time, a surprising number of Democratic Congress members crossed party lines, voting to repeal the draconian SAB 121 rule, also known as Choke Point 2.0, which had effectively banned financial institutions from putting cryptocurrency on their balance sheets. Then we had the House passing what was at least perceived to be a crypto-friendly bill, FIT 21, again with total bipartisan support. So not to be outdone this week, Donald Trump doubled down, pledging to stop Joe Biden's anti-crypto agenda, protect Bitcoin, and of course, free Ross Ulbricht. Trump addressed the Libertarian National Convention in Washington, D.C. on Saturday, where he made a number of crypto-friendly statements. Specifically, he said he will, quote, "stop Joe Biden's crusade to crush crypto," end quote. And he ensured that the future of crypto and the future of Bitcoin will be made in the USA, not driven overseas. So Trump also went on to say he will support the right to self-custody. To the nation's 50 million crypto holders, I say this: with your vote, I will keep Elizabeth Warren and her goons away from your Bitcoin, and I will never allow the creation of a central bank digital currency. So these statements had the adoring libertarian crowd very riled up, but it was Trump's pledge to free Ross Ulbricht that was the real crowd pleaser. Specifically, he said, "If you vote for me, on day one, I will commute the sentence of Ross Ulbricht to a sentence of time served. He's already served 11 years. We're going to get him home." For those who don't know, Ross Ulbricht was the mastermind behind the Silk Road dark web marketplace, where Bitcoin was used as a medium of exchange for some questionable things like buying some illegal drugs. So Ulbricht was given multiple life sentences for putting out supposed hits on his Silk Road enemies. But the harsh sentence has been widely criticized as political in nature, especially since no one was actually killed. So the point is, Trump is hitting on a range of hot-button crypto issues, apparently making crypto a big part of his campaign. After this speech, he went straight to Twitter with his all-caps declaration, "I'm very positive and open-minded to cryptocurrency companies and all things related to this new and burgeoning industry. Our country must be the leader in the field. There is no second place. Crooked Joe Biden, on the other hand, the worst president in the history of the country, wants it to die a slow and painful death. That will never happen with me." So now the market's reaction to these shifting political winds has so far been rather tepid. ETH did pump by something like 25% on the ETF news, but Bitcoin is still well below its all-time highs. So one coin that did explode, perhaps unsurprisingly, is Trump coin, which at the time of recording is about up 50% in the last week for a cool 10,000x on the last year. Maybe not the best time to get into the MAGA meme coin, folks. Maybe it's kind of run its course, but I don't know. What do I know? Switching gears by looking at news related to Bitcoin fundamentals and macro trends. Starting off with the news that another publicly traded company has officially put Bitcoin on their balance sheet. This time, it's a medical tech firm called Semler Scientific, which has announced that it has acquired 581 BTC, joining the trend initiated by MicroStrategy back in 2020. So Eric Semler, the company's chairman, expressed a strong belief in Bitcoin's future, saying, quote, "Our Bitcoin treasury strategy and purchase of Bitcoin underscore our belief that Bitcoin is a reliable store of value and a compelling investment." He also noted, quote, We believe its digital architectural resilience makes it preferable to gold, which has a market value of approximately 10 times that of Bitcoin. Given the gap in value between gold and Bitcoin, we believe that Bitcoin has the potential to generate outsized returns as it gains increasing acceptance as digital gold. And Argentina seems to agree. It was reported this week that Argentina officials from CNV, which is Argentina's equivalent to the SEC, met with Salvadoran regulators to discuss Bitcoin adoption and regulation, exploring potential collaboration between the two countries based on El Salvador's experience with Bitcoin as a complete legal tender. So it's very bullish. And of course, there are a range of other countries that are still fighting this inevitable. Most notably, Venezuela has been making moves to ban Bitcoin mining, seizing over 6,000 Bitcoin miners in recent days. Paraguay, another one that's kind of been pounding that same drum, is also getting in on that confiscation game. They've seized something like 550 miners in the past week. Then there's, of course, Nigeria, which we always like to talk about here, which is attempting to ban trading of its failing Naira currency for most people by upping the capital requirements for currency dealers by 60x. So the Central Bank of Nigeria's Director of Risk Management said, quote, "Street trading of foreign currencies is not allowed." I wonder what he'll do when he learns about self-custody crypto wallets. But okay, so let's close out the week on some focus on innovation in the Bitcoin and crypto space. Moving on, we start with a recent study which claims that the SRC20 protocol offers superior data permanence compared to BRC20 and runes. So SRC20, BRC20, and runes are all token standards that build on the Bitcoin network. BRC20 saw significant adoption last year, particularly in the Asian market. Runes famously launched at the same time as the most recent Bitcoin halving event, which caused fees to spike to new record levels. And of the three protocols, SRC20 is perhaps the least adopted. Although it currently has lower infrastructure and wallet support, SRC20 is rapidly gaining traction. According to the study, SRC20's impending cost reduction upgrade makes it attractive for long-term investments. So the protocol's resilience is underscored by zero token losses, distinguishing it from other protocols. Despite being undervalued, the study suggests SRC20's data permanence makes it a highly secure and resilient option for the future. And at Bitcoin.com, of course, we're watching these emerging Bitcoin protocols closely. We'll be sure to bring you guys the latest news and updates as they come out. So follow along over at news.bitcoin.com. Make sure to subscribe, check things out. Next up, we have an exciting update from a very cool project that's being led by former Bitcoin.com CEO Dennis Jarvis. So CETI AI, which is working on decentralized infrastructure for AI compute, has just announced that a new shipment of H100s have arrived, and the team is prepping now to bring them online. H100s, by the way, are like the creme de la creme when it comes to AI model training and inference, and it's like basically next to impossible to get your hands on any of these. So kudos to CETI AI and their team. Exciting to see Dennis and his new venture pushing boundaries in tech. Also cool because I've been informed that CETI AI may even be exploring moving some of their LP onto Bitcoin.com's decentralized exchange, VerseDex, which would, of course, be good for everyone. Speaking of Verse, we're saving the very best for last. Our final story today is a huge announcement, which over here at Bitcoin.com, we've been cooking up for quite a while, which is that Bitcoin.com is launching our very own MasterCard debit card. We're calling it V-Card, the purest Web3 debit card experience that you can get. And with V-Card, you'll be able to effortlessly spend your BTC, BCH, ETH, stablecoins, and of course Verse at over 37 million merchants worldwide, wherever MasterCard's accepted. This includes the ability to withdraw cash from ATMs globally. So the first wave of cards is coming very soon. So head over to verse.bitcoin.com/card to join the waiting list. You need to be on the waiting list if you want to get in on this. We've set up a referral campaign where you can, of course, win a free V-Card, which is something everyone wants. So help us spread the word, get your V-Card for complete free. And that's it for this week's updates in the cryptoverse. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, hit the like, do the retweet thing, share this thing, spread it to your friends. And until next time, keep your wallets safe and your minds open. See you guys. Thanks.